Okay, well, this is thanks to my online mentor, Gary V. He says, document, don't create, but I'm going to create while I'm walking, which I actually was going to watch some content by Tony Robbins and decided to do this instead. Okay, so this is the thing. So the camera may move off of me, but this is important for you small business owners and especially solopreneurs. I'm going to tell you a real story based on some contact I just had with someone. So I'm going to change the details because I don't want to embarrass them, and the details aren't that important. But this is truly what's happening, and this is part of the holistic hustle. Okay. So I reached out to someone because I also do writing for websites, and I'm really good at search engine optimization. So I reached out to them just because it was a natural product. It was a natural food product. And I said, you know what, I'd love to write for them. I saw when I went to their website that they were pretty small, but I said, offer to blog for them anyway. We got into a conversation with the person. Let's call him Tom, the owner, and hardworking, high hopes for the company. But through a couple of conversations, they basically said to me, well, I do this and this. This is some of the marketing I do. They're doing very traditional marketing, like they go to trade shows. They've also hired somebody to help place their product and all that, but they don't have a blog. And so my thing was, just start a blog. And Tom, or Tim, since I made up the name, okay, Tom, was like, oh, I don't blog. I don't know what blogging is, and I don't blog. Yet they sent me a really detailed email giving me basically really helpful information about their food product. Basically he wrote really, really well. I wrote back, I said, look, you can blog. There's a truck going by, I had to pause. It's really smoky. I said, if you can write that really well, like you just did, that's all blogging is. And I gave them some great ideas about how to basically, their background is super interesting. Tom's background is super interesting, and how they make the product and so on. And I said, you could write about how you grow the product, how you harvest it, the whole thing. Tell stories about your individual members of the small, your small business. I said, because it's in an interesting part of the country and it's different for most people, they would find it interesting. And I'll give one example here of someone I've seen do that. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Pioneer Woman. Now, I'm pretty sure that's her name. I discovered her years ago when literally she just had a blog, right? It's a cooking blog. It's like a down-home comfort food cooking blog, but she's in the Midwest, lives on a ranch, and it's interesting. That's interesting, basically, and I think she was a city girl who fell in love with a cowboy, like he really is a cowboy. So she started blogging. Now, she has dishes at Kmart, she has products, she has a cookbook, she has a TV show, okay? And as far as I know, in fact, I'm 99% sure, it started with a blog, okay? So I'm here, I'm advising Tom, I'm like, you really could do the same thing. Just start with the blog, because I said, people are going to be interested, especially because it's a natural food product. I said, people are going to be interested in the story behind it, not just the facts, but, let them get to know you, because you're a small brand. You're not like Nestle or something. So I'm so disappointed. That's why I made this, because the person, like I said, I said, look, I'll send you some samples, not of my writing even. I was like, let me send you some samples of how other food brands are blogging, so you can see, you can get some ideas. And, I don't think they're going to do it. So that was my last email to them. I basically said, do you want me to send you some samples or no, just to kind of open up the mind. So the point of this holistic hustle as I'm walking is, don't draw a line in the sand. Don't, this person really genuinely wanted to grow their business. You could tell they were doing some stuff. Now, they were just like, well, I don't know what blogging is and I don't blog. Well, like Gary Vee would say, you didn't grow up, when you were a kid, you didn't know how to drive either, but you learned that. How many people say, oh, well, I would never do online dating. Now it's like normal. So it kind of made me sad, but what I realized is, some more advice from Gary Vee, and I'll put a link to his channel. He said, don't sell the unsellable. Don't try to sell to the unsellable. And I know there are a lot of pushy salesmen who would say different. And of course, there's a point, you may try to make your sale or whatever. You don't just give up one time. But at the same time, how much time do you have to educate people? Like I'm doing with YouTube videos, yes, but do you have time to educate each individual customer? And to use another word that Gary Vee uses a lot, you have to figure out how to scale that. So, that's what I was saying to Tom, to this business owner, is start blogging. That can be a way to basically, get people to know, like, and trust you. So anyway, I was really disappointed because I'm like, even once a week blogging would help, okay? I'll put some statistics, I can't talk, below the video about how businesses who blog are doing better. And it could even be a vlog like I'm doing, It could be a couple photos and a little caption. But people want to know the story, what's the story behind the business. So anyway, I was just disappointed, so I said, let me whip out my camera and talk about this, because this is really happening. And it's something that this business owner, any business owner, could do basically for free. And that's why I was like, seriously? This is free. I mean, it takes your time, maybe 1 or 2 hours a week, and you could get it done. And it could basically be another marketing avenue. Anyway, so this is just to encourage you to think about, have you drawn a line in the sand somewhere in terms of your own business? Whether it's, because my channel is holistic, whether you do tarot readings, whether you do reiki, whether you teach different forms of yoga, private yoga, yoga for back hair, chiropractor, anything maybe a little holistic or even not. Have you drawn a line where you're like, oh yeah, I don't do that, I can't do that, and why, So anyway, hope this was helpful. I'll also link to I have another video about blogging, and get in touch if you would like any help if you have a website already, but you need any help in terms of what needs to be on it, in terms of content, but also in terms of search engine optimization, which is still really important. SEO drives more traffic than social, I believe, still, or they're like neck and neck. So, SEO is basically free, as content marketing is writing and producing helpful content. So get in touch if you need that help, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.